Hello YouTube. We have been quite busy during our time here, going to the monastery and kind of touring around places with our teacher and the group. So this was actually our first kind of day off that we got to do kind of whatever the hell we wanted. So we decided to walk from Tamil, which is where our hotel is, down to Durbar Square. Now you can see we left kind of early because the streets are pretty empty. It's very quiet. The shops are kind of shuttered up. There's not a lot of bikes and things, and it was great because it meant we got to explore, if I can speak properly. We got to explore. We just kind of got to walk down these back streets and roads, and we got to find all of these temples and stupas, and there was a thing a little bit back there which was like coins hammered into something, and normally I'd have no clue what that is. However, we've been watching the thing about God with what's his name on Netflix, Morgan Freeman, and he was saying it's a Hindu thing where you make an offering, and it's part of that offering, say someone said it was to get rid of toothache, this particular one, but it's also to get rid of like hungry ghosts, various different things. So that's what that was, and that was really interesting to see because it's not something we've ever kind of come across before. I mean, stupas, throw a rock, hit a stupa. There are so many of them. You will be tripping over them. The same with like Hindu temples. There are so many. You'll just kind of keep stumbling upon them. It is by no means a bad thing. It's incredible. But this particular thing with the coins hammered in was just something that we'd never seen before, and we've not seen since. And we just kind of stumbled upon it while we were wandering around. Now, there was quite a lot to see between Tamil and Durbar Square. So we walked through the clothing district. So if you're looking for clothes, they're going to be a lot cheaper if you go kind of south of Tamil, because Tamil is like the touristy part. It's the kind of Camden, as someone has said, of Kathmandu, or Koh San Road. If you've ever been to Thailand, it is the touristy part. So if you go south, it will be cheaper because you're kind of going into the local areas. And also you will see, as you can see here, some very interesting buildings that are being rebuilt. You will see kind of piles of rubble in places and just half done homes or places where like ceilings have caved in. And it's because they're being done up because the earthquake hit pretty hard. While it was a while ago, there are places that are still kind of struggling, and Durbar Square is one of them. You go in there, just to give you a heads up, it is 1,000 rupees to get in, which is about $10 ish, or £8-9. So this is kind of giving you a bit of a heads up as to what it is like in there, so you know what to expect. Now, when you go in, the first thing you see, we came in from the east side, and this is the open air market. Now, we kind of got to this point and were boiling, absolutely sweltering. So we stumbled upon Himalayan Java. Now, this is kind of like the Starbucks of Kathmandu. It's a chain. You will see it in the touristy part. So there's one in Tamil, which we've only just discovered, which is a very good thing, because otherwise we would have been there every day. There is one in Boda. There is one in Durbar. So yeah, it's touristy, but they have soy milk and they have ice that is made with filtered water, so it is safe and you've not got to worry, and it's fantastic. So Leo went for an iced cappuccino, and I went for a blended iced matcha. Now, then we went to the open air market. This is the most intense market we have been to yet. It is tiny. It's 3 rows of kind of mats with stuff on it, but oh my God. And typically, the second I start filming and I'm like, right, Leo, go ahead and I'll film, nothing happened. Nothing. At one point, we had 4 people chasing us with things in. You've only got to vaguely glance at something and they were picking it up, they were chasing you with it, like, oh, I get good price, much luck, good price. And it's like, I don't want it. I just looked vaguely in that direction. I don't want it. So that was pretty intense. I know that Leo struggles with bartering and people kind of hounding him at the best of times, but he really struggled with that. So yeah, it's not for the faint-hearted. Now, going into Durbar Square proper, there are lots of different buildings, so I'll just cover a couple of them. This one is the Temple to the Living Goddess. Now, this, again, we got hounded a lot. So the guy you see walking towards the door there was trying to sell us a tour. We also had a guy, while I was standing there setting up my camera to try and film, try and sell us a tour. The guy standing in front of you there is trying to sell you a tour. There's also two other guys in the corner. Like, while we were filming, there was another guy. Like, we just got hounded all the way around. I mean, I get it is a touristy area, but this was just crazy. You couldn't turn around, you couldn't look at anything, you couldn't do anything without someone trying to sell you something, be it a tour, a bag, a mala, or something. It was just really intense. I get people have to make a living, but they just wouldn't take no thank you for an answer. So we did struggle with it a little bit, because, you know, after a while they do start to get nasty after a while, and you're like, I'm literally like, Leo and I are the kind of people that will go to a museum. We won't really read the kind of text and things. We'll just be like, oh, that looks cool. We'll wander around, do a lap, and then we're done. And we didn't spend that much time in Durbar Square, really. We just kind of looked at the buildings and like, oh, that's really interesting. That's really cool. A tour guide would be interesting, but it was too hot and it would be lost on us, and it would just be a waste of the guy's time. But yeah, they were getting a little bit nasty at points when we're just kind of like, no, thank you. We don't need. Even there, you can see a guy trying to sell Leo a flute and not taking no for an answer. So Durbar Square, I do recommend. It's very interesting. There is some incredible things there to see, but be aware it costs about a tenner to go in, and you will be hounded all the way around to buy things, to get tours, to buy more things, buy. So yeah, it's an interesting one. But anyway, thank you for watching and listening to my ramblings. Please subscribe if you haven't already. If you already have, you are amazing. Check us out on Patreon. And yeah, we will see you again soon.